Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So today I'm going to be working with some 6x6 paper in order to make some really cute little pocket tucks. Okay, so with this right here, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8 pockets. You'll definitely have 7 for sure. So if you were to keep this as a clip-in, let's say you just clipped it into your junk journal with maybe a bull nose clip with a little cute dangle hanging from it, then you'll have 7 pockets. If you glue this down flat into your journal, let's say you glue it along the 3 sides, you'll end up with 8 pockets. And I'll show you where all the pockets are. As you go up, the pockets get larger. So let's just see if I can show you where the pockets are. This right here is still a little wet. Okay, so here are the pockets in this little clip-in slash glue down little tuck, and there's a pocket here in the front. Okay, there's one behind it, there's one in the front here, and there's one behind it. There's one in the front here, and then there's one behind it. And as you go up, the pockets get really deep, right? So the larger one has a pocket here in the front, and if you glue this down on 3 sides, you'll have a pocket back there. So that's 8 pockets total. But I'm just gonna say it's 7 for now, because most of my ephemera that I've been making lately are clip-ins. I like this little look right here. And just not to make anything too permanent, if you don't want to glue it down, again, if you did, it'll be on 3 sides, right? And then you just adhere it to your page in your journal. And if you don't want to, you can always just clip it in just like so, and you'll end up with 7 pockets. Okay, so I first saw this on Craft and what was it? Craft and Create and More, I believe is the name of the YouTube channel. And then I also saw this on what is it, 7 Plaza Marguerite's channel. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and make one of these. I have a little bit of a different way of making mine. I am going to give you measurements. I don't think anyone else did on their channels. I've come up with a measurement system that anyone can follow. Okay, so this is just a little tutorial on using up some of your 6x6 paper. For this project, you will need 2 sheets of 6x6. Single-sided is probably best, but if you have double-sided paper, it's okay. You can use that up as well. This one is single-sided. All right, so here I'm just going to bring in my scoreboard, and on the scoreboard you're going to figure out which one you want to be. It really doesn't matter. Here's what you need to know. Is your paper directional? All right. If it's directional, you'll have to pay closer attention. Mine is completely non-directional, so I don't really care which direction any of this is facing. Okay, so if you are using directional paper, only thing you're going to have to try to keep in mind is what direction this back page is facing when you're ready to make these folds and tucks, or whichever one that you decide to make the back page. It would probably be best to make that one the directional paper. This way your front here will be folded up and the back here will also be folded up. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're using directional paper. So here I have 2 6x6 sheets, because that's what you're going to need for this project, 2 6x6 sheets. And the first thing I want to do is score here at 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to score directly on the 3/8 mark, and then holding my page in that corner still, I am going to score at 3 1/4 inch. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate this page 1 time, and this will end up being my back page, and I'm going to score here at 1 1/2. All right, so after doing that, I am going to cut along the, so here's my page, here's my 3/8 side, here's the 1 1/2 inch score mark right here. I am going to go all the way over to the side that is not scored at 3/8, so the open side. I'm just going to cut a little triangle out of it, only because like this is cardstock I'm using, right? So if you're using paper, you may not run into this problem, but I am using cardstock for this project, and cardstock tends to be a little bit thicker and bulkier. So all I'm doing is removing that little triangle out of this section right here. Okay, so for my next sheet of paper, again, non-directional. I don't really care which direction it's facing. Oh, that's pretty too. All right, so and that's also really non-directional. So okay, I am going to score here at 3/8, and then I'm going to score again at 3 1/4. I'm going to rotate my paper 1/4 turn. Did I mention the 3/8 side is up here near the measurements? That's the 1/4 turn. I usually rotate my paper to the right. So here's my 3/8, here's my 3 1/4. I usually rotate my page 1/4 turn to the right. And butting this side up against the side of the scoreboard, I'm going to score here at 2 1/2. All right. So those are all the score marks that you're going to need. And at this point, I will also go over here to my here's my 3/8 side, here's my non-scored 3/8 side. I'm going to cut that triangle right out of here again. And again, this is only because I'm using cardstock. If you're using regular paper, you may not need to do this step. It may not be bulky in your eyes. But in my eyes, everything ends up being bulky. So I'm going to fold this over like so, and fold this over like so, and fold my bottom section over as well, and just score everything nice and flat. Okay. And then I am going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to fold it over and fold this over and fold over this bottom section as well. Of course, if one side of your paper is more appealing to you, feel free to use that side, but I'm not too keen on either side. I'm not too particular on which side goes where. Alright, so here we have our 2 pieces of paper that we've just scored and folded and cut the little triangles out. First thing you want to do is let's cut in our thumb notches. So this is our smaller section of the pocket. I'm just going to tuck that down inside of there, and there we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. And if you include the back side of each pocket, there'll be 3 additional pockets. I'm going to cut in my thumb notches. So because I want to have all my thumb notches pretty even here in the center, I'm just going to measure across. I think it's 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do 1.5 inch across each one of these little sections right here. So I'm just going to go through each one of the pockets and put a little dot at 1.5 inches. And then once I'm done, each one will be somewhere centrally along that line, right? So I put a little red dot on there so I can find my mark. I'm using my 3/4 inch thumb notch or circle punch, and for this I want to cut out this front section, leave the back section intact, right? So I'm just going to open this up and cut myself a little thumb notch, right? Do the same thing for this back section. I'm just going to open it up and pop a little thumb notch right there. So these two are perfectly lined up straight. I'm also going to do the same thing for this one. Try to get your circle punch to punch your thumb notches about the same size all the way through. So only you know how far up within the circle you're going in order to make it. There's no real mathematical mathematical way I can help you do that. All right, so here we have all 4 of our pockets nicely lined up with our thumb notches ascending that way. Marguerite did corner round hers, so I'm going to corner round mine, and I'm using the smallest corner rounder setting, so it's about 4 millimeters, and I'm just going to do that to all of the pockets, the outer edge of each pocket. So not the bottom section where it's folded, just the outer edge, sorry, where the pockets are meeting each other. So right there and right there and here and right there. All right, so this is where we are. We're at this point right here, and I kind of decided that I wanted everything on mine inked. So this is the time that you would want to ink everything. I'm also putting tabs. Where's my little prototype? Here's my prototype. I'm putting these little tabs that I made. These are those whale tail tabs. I made those with my little die cut right here. So the die cuts are somewhere in here, right there, and this is a much larger one right there. So yeah, I made these whale tails tabs, and I'm gonna put them on each pocket inside of the in this project. So I'm just gonna pull out a couple of whale tails that are the appropriate size. 3, and I need one more. Please tell me I have one more. One more small whale tail somewhere in here. If not, I will have to, oh, here it is. I'll have to take time to cut one out, but I found it. Here's a small one. Okay, so I have 3 with book page writing on it, and 1 with music writing on it. And so right now is when I'm gonna ink everything. I am inking with my brown dauber. I don't know which color brown I'm gonna use yet. Let's use walnut stain. Haven't used walnut stain in a while. I've been super partial to my ground espresso, but I think I want to use walnut stain today. Probably because I can't find my ground espresso. So a tab is going to go there. You don't have to worry about inking the back side of each pocket. I'm just inking along the sides and the fronts of the pocket where there won't be a tab. So like right in there and right on these sides right there. So yeah, you can grunge it up, make it as grungy as you like. I kind of like grungy work. A lot of my junk journals are more grungy than not. So I tend to grunge up a lot of my ephemera to the point where it's irrecognizable. So again, a tab is going to go there. You don't have to ink that section, so why waste the ink or the time inking up that side? So yep, I'm just going to ink around the whole back side because again, I like to keep this as a clip-in and not a glue down. So if you want to glue it down, you don't have to ink the back. Alright, so here we have so far these 2 pockets. They're going to sit inside one another like that. Before we glue it up, we're just going to add our whale tabs. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And if you want to ink your tabs, feel free to do so. This will be the time to do it because once you put it on, you won't be able to. So ink up as much as you like. Walnut stain is a medium brown. It's not as dark as the ground espresso that I like to use, but it does give some distinction. So I like seeing, you know, some variation of color, even though the paper that I'm using is kind of a brown as well. The walnut stain does give it a little bit of distinction and separation between the paper and the ink. Alright, so I'm just going to fold these in half. They're all pre-scored with the die cut, and ink your tops as well. So yeah, they're really easy to fold in half because they have a score mark already there for you. So I'm going to place my tabs, these are whale tabs, I'm going to place them on the back side of each pocket, and with enough room so that the holes show through, just in case I want to put a little eyelet there. All right, I'm going to use my art glitter, like I said, art glitter, and you don't need a whole lot. So I'm just going to pop this on right here in the center with enough room for the eyelet to get adhered if I want to place one on there. I'm not really sure yet if I'm putting an eyelet, but if down the road I do decide to use one, I want that little hole available for an eyelet. And let's see, there'll be one on this one. I think I'm going to use this music tab. So I'm just using my art glitter glue because it's here and it dries quickly, and this is a nice quick little project to do. If you have 6x6 papers that you need to use up, I would definitely suggest using it up in a project like this, because this right here you can use once you've created it. You can use it in your junk journals, you can send it as happy mail, you can probably just use it any which way you feel like it, really. Again, if you glue it down, that's up to you, but yeah, it is a really quick way to use up some 6x6 papers. And the reason why you want to have your pocket open, you haven't glued this down yet, is because you need to adjust these little tabs in here without getting glue everywhere. So you need to have your paper open. Don't glue down these sides yet, right? I haven't. Did you? Don't jump ahead, guys. Alright, so here's my last tab. I'm just going to adhere it to this bottom section of this pocket and leaving room with that eyelet sticking up just in case. Sometimes I like the look of an eyelet, sometimes I don't. Like, I don't really, it doesn't have to have one just because there's a hole there, but in case I get froggy later and want to add an eyelet, I will leave that availability there for me to do so. Alright, this one could use a little bit of ink, like right here and along the sides of it. I don't think I inked this one at all. Alright, so now let's go ahead and seal up our pockets. Again, I'm just using art glitter because it's here. It's a nice day and art glitter is ready to play with me today. So the weather is good. Art glitter is very temperamental, so sometimes it wants to work and other times it just sits there in the bottle and it does not want to play. So today is a good day for art glitter. And there's that one, and now we're going to glue up the sides of this one. I'm just going to put a little clip here to hold that one. We're going to glue up the side of this one. Okay, and I'm going to flip this over and glue there. Okay, and so now what we need to do is glue up the sides of this pocket right here. You want to glue here and here and then fold it over like so, right? Because that's going to sit inside of here, and then we will glue here and lay that down, and we'll glue here and lay that down. All right, so I'm just going to glue along the side here and along the side here, and we'll flip that over and lay it down. I use clips to hold mine. My art glitter, is just a little too liquidy for me. I know this is the right time of year for art glitter. It's cooperative, but it's a little bit too liquidy, so it takes a little bit longer to dry. So I just hold my pieces together, like this one, for example. It was just, you know, popping out. So, all right, while this is doing its thing, I think that's good. It should be holding. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue along the back here and along the back here. Am I in shot? I am. Okay. And I'm going to place this whole thing down right in here. Right at the crease, guys. Like, you know, like right at the crease. And while that's gluing in place, I will then add a little bit of glue right here and right here. Don't need a whole lot. You see how loose it is? How like liquidy it is? Normally it's a little bit thicker than that, but I'm not complaining because it's either art glitter or Fabrifix. Something is normally not cooperating. So I'll take my chances with it being too liquidy than it not working at all. All right, and then we have this little cutesy. I know this little tab right here seems to be slightly off, but I'm okay. I'm not really I'm not really upset with it one bit. All right, so now we have these two, like two of the same thing, just slightly different, and they'll look really cute in a junk journal. I'm just waiting for this glue to dry so I can show you guys the finished product. But it will dry, trust me, it will get there. But anyway, guys, here is the prototype, and here is our finished little product right here. This will give us 7 pockets all the way up. As we get to the back, the pocket gets really big. It's this long now, right? So you can fit a full tag in there if you like, and as you go down, the pockets get smaller. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you right here. Give this project a try. If you do, please tag me so I can see what you guys are making. And I want you guys to have a super crafty day. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Here on the front of this one, I did do a little bit of decoration. So I'm just going to add some cute little Tim Holtz tiny snips. These are the snippets. I believe it's called, oh, where's the package? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I'm just going to glue these down. I'm going to use my art glitter and just adhere these little snippets to this project, just to keep things cohesive. So I'm going to put my little 1 penny stamp right there and wipe away any excess glue that oozes out. And I will add, I'm going to add my little R-rated sticker right on top of it. It's not a sticker, it's a little snippet. And I'll save that one for another project. All right. Okay, so now 2 of the same project, 2 of the same concept. Alright guys, it's been a long day. I'm gonna leave you here. Hope you guys have a smashing day. Go do something super creative. Go do something wonderful with your crafting space. And yeah, thanks so much for subscribing to this channel and hitting the thumbs up for the content that I create here on this channel. I do appreciate each and every one of you for doing that. It's such a pleasure being here and talking with you guys and interacting with y'all in the comment section. So don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you like the content here, as well as hitting the bell for notifications after you've subscribed. It's so important that you're notified each and every time that I upload a new video. So thanks for hitting that bell after you've subscribed to the channel, and check out my one link down below in the description box. You click more underneath the title of this video and it'll open up a full description box for you. my one link, linktree.com/chronicles of a crafter is right there in the description box. All right, guys, I will definitely talk to you guys in the next video. Stay naturally curious. Bye.